Welcome back to you, Sprinkles. We have another confirmation of the dark curse prophecy, but it's not what you think. Don't forget one of the most important lessons of life. A friend in the hand is worth two non-friends in the bush. What I'm about to tell you is not what you think. Yes, the dark curse prophecy, it is still 70% chance of happening. And for a quick update, it means Bitcoin probably scamming us at around $80,000. I hope this changes. I'm very open to it changing. But the US government has now fulfilled one of my guesses, one of my prophecies. I was guessing back in 2022 that now that the US Fed banned stocks themselves from selling and trading them, I said if the US government did, something bad might happen. We might crash stocks again. I'm going to give you an update. So unfortunately, this is like, we have an emotional reaction here from me. No one understands. I'm here to explain it here for you. People think this has come out of nowhere. They don't understand what's going on. I'm here to guide you because I am your friend. Thank you very much. Like, subscribe, press the bell button, all friends. I do this for you every single day. All these videos just for you. All right. So look at this. Dark curse prophecy. Here I am just to tell you, it doesn't mean we lose. What it means is, I'm saying it right here. I hope your crypto bags are packed and you're ready to sell way earlier and lower than everybody else expects. You still make money. If we win, and this is right, we still crush it. It's just that everybody's dreaming of much higher multiples of their portfolio. I don't know the number. We don't know the number. Don't listen to anybody who believes they know the number. All I'm doing is trying to protect us. I'm trying to just tell you what I'm doing, okay? So you can't come in 3 years and say, well, I wish somebody told me this was even a chance of happening. Don't you wish you could go back in time and have somebody tell you that, you know, maybe Bitcoin's not going to hit $100,000, right? But see, you get it wrong. You think you wanted to be told Bitcoin's not going to hit $100,000. You think you wanted to be told that in April to November of 2021. That's the wrong thing. You have to ask for better. And that's why you watch me for high value content. I am giving it to you better, all right? Giving it to you better. The time to worry about Bitcoin not hitting $100,000 was during the depression phase of 2018 and 2019, when Bitcoin was between 6 and 10K. That's when you start to get worried. Up the top, it's too late. You can't impact your bags anymore. It's too late. It's just all you got to do is suck it up. Don't you wish you had a friend like right now? So today, Bitcoin around 29,900, still hovering sideways. Maybe we go down, maybe go up. Who knows? We're still in this bullish trend for the weekly trend, okay? We are bullish. But this news coming out, this is for a target nobody can see. I'm thinking about up here. I'm thinking about this. This is a weekly chart. I'm thinking way ahead, all right? These useless things, we can't impact them now anyway. Whatever's happening today was basically pre-programmed from a long time ago. So, unfortunately, yes, it's been confirmed, right? US senators officially introducing the bipartisan bill to ban members of Congress from owning and trading stocks. And here, friends, a lot of you are probably confused, but this is why I'm here. So, Mr. Hex Pulse Twin, right? Thank you very much for replying. I like to like every single of the comments that come. Look at this. Look at this. So, one day it's doom. The next day it's gloom. Make up your mind, Sommy. Stop being swayed back and forth by every wind of news. So, this is where, friends, you don't get it at all. Because nowhere am I short-term bearish. I mean, we're still going up. In my view, we're still going up. What you don't know is retailers think like this. If you have that mindset, that's how retailers think. What retailers want is they want this, okay? They want good news and bull markets to just be this, okay? Every green candle gets bigger forever. But we know markets don't move like this. Markets do not actually move like that. They move with seas and saws, all right? That's what happens over time, right? Just like everything in life. Okay, so look at this. When Bitcoin, for example, when the bull market top was done, when we went down, there was hopium here. There was hopium here. The war started getting a bit better. There was hopium here. Do Kwon bought Bitcoin. This was the candle here. He bought like 40,000 Bitcoin. Then the bad news came. Then everyone clinged to hope because GCR said he thinks that the bottom was in. Everybody clinged to hope. And then actually FTX was to come later and worse. And just like when we thought we were recovering, I called, okay, bull market's officially on. Look at this wick candle. We had USDC depegging. And then as we're going up more, we had SEC, garbage Gensler comes out to try and attack us. At no point is it a perfect green staircase to heaven. At no point. Just like in life. For example, if you are watching somebody speed on a highway and you were to track their speed and they're driving along, all right, and you know they're speeding, you know there are going to be points where they slow down, but you know ultimately they're still speeding. So if you were to watch their speed on a speedometer, maybe you had a reading, it would go up, it would go down when they brake a bit, and then they go up when they brake. What you're doing is you're looking at these parts dipping, okay, and you're trying to say, well, these slowdowns, they're naturally going to occur because this person's speeding. Well, that's what's happening right now, okay? Nothing in life moves 100% linear all the way. That is retailer mindset. Retailers understand nothing except green candle means go, red candle means stop. Markets don't move like that. There are waves. There are waves. We know there are waves, okay? Now, just to reiterate, so my posts, this is not new. This is not new information. So what Mr. Hex Pulse Swing doesn't understand is I've been talking about this since 2022. It's been over a year. This wasn't even brought up as a subject. I literally prophesized it. I was literally thinking like, wow, if the US Fed bans stocks at the top, what if the government does it, right? So what Mr. Hex Pulse Swing doesn't understand is that this is old information. I'm going to show you right now. So look at this. I made this official post. This is early in the year. I cleaned all of it up. Only a true friend is going to tell you this. Insiders will pump up assets before they step out. We call it the exit pump. The US Fed banned themselves from stock trading at the very top of the 2021 bull. And then they crashed the stock market to hell. Not a coincidence. Or are you gullible and naive? That's something to think about. Look where they banned it. Right at the tippy top. This is where they said, well, you know, stock markets, we got to ban the US Fed from doing it. It's because the US Fed, they had a lot of insiders trading. Now, of course, they still find their own ways to do it. They just have to ban the public way of doing it. So this is where they basically take the foot off the brakes. They put the foot on the brakes, okay? They stop accelerating. So you're probably wondering, why do they do this? Don't worry about the weeds and the nitty-gritties and the details. If you get lost in the details, you never see the bigger picture. I want to ask you, do you think it's a coincidence that after all these years, the entire bull market, literally, the stock market bull market went for 13 years. From 2009 March was the bottom, all the way to 2021. 12 to 13 years straight up. And now you're telling me within 3 months of the US Fed, the people who literally run half of the stock market because of the money printing and because they control the US dollar, that's what it's denominated in. You're telling me as soon as they announce, okay, we're going to ban ourselves from owning stocks, it's just a coincidence that the stock market literally dropped. The Nasdaq dropped like 37% or whatever it was, 27, 35%, huge amount. Not a coincidence, okay? If you honestly believe this is a coincidence, well, that's why you listen to me, high-value content. These are not coincidences. These are unique X-factor signals that appear that you can't see coming until they appear. It's one of the icing on the cake where you're like, you got an idea, it appears, you're like, uh-oh, you know, I was a bit convicted, but now that this thing has come out, right, this is what happens. And there is more information for you. So this is going back of May this year. I did a repost and I cleaned this up. But this is from 2022. I've done many posts before talking about it on Telegram. I did not even think this would occur. I thought this would be so weird if it occurred. I didn't even bother making too many posts about it back then. Look at this. The US Fed, obviously, they banned themselves from insider trading. But they'll still find ways to do it behind the scenes. A final exit pump, selling the top of 2021. All right, so no ifs or buts about that. Now the US government wants to ban it too. We should be careful of their exit pump, their final exit pump to pass this. So this is when it was actually just being talked about. Look when I posted this, friends. This was back months ago this year. When I was thinking about it, then this lady, I think AOC, US Representatives, AOC, introduces bill to ban Congress from trading and owning stocks. Look what I have here, waiting. I literally just have waiting here. I'm like, okay, I've taken this on board. This is a very weird indicator from the universe to be thrown our way in the cosmos here. Let's wait and see when this actually happens. If you go back, so many people were telling me this would never pass. It's never going to happen. This is just one of those weird things. And I'm just saying, okay, well, I'm waiting. Maybe it does. So we don't know, okay? Now I have the Nasdaq for you. Look at this. I mean, they banned in October. One little final exit pump as soon as they ban it. One little exit pump and then crash. This was enormous, by the way, just to let you know. This is 37.5%, 38%. Huge. Now, it's going up now, so you're probably confused. But you got to remember, that was wave one. You've only got half of the politicians now banned. You still got the other half who are long. The government, they're still allowed to do this. They haven't banned it yet. So that's why it's possible the final exit pump comes. I want to show you something, okay? In the stock market, there is a famous saying, I forgot how it goes, but basically it rhymes with something like, you go up for 10 years, you got 10 good years, and then you got 10 poopy years. And then you got 10 good years, right? It's roughly around 10. And then you have 10 poopy years, okay? This has been going back forever and ever and ever. Now, this one was even super extra dangerous, okay? Back then. But the stock market has been going up for so long. I'm not saying it's crashing or anything. I can't make those big, fat, deep predictions, okay, with any edge. But what I'm saying is valuations, the price to earnings and the revenue of stocks are so high. They're so high that Warren Buffett's been collecting like $100 billion of cash for so many years. There's nothing on discount for him for so many years. And eventually it's going to rubber band and elastic itself. Now, this is what everybody thought. Everybody thought Great Depression's coming. And I thought, well, I don't think so. But you never really know. So instead of a Great Depression, what people don't know is they can fudge out the stock market for 8 to 10 years to reset it. So from 2020, so maybe by 2030, see this point in 2030, what we might find is we go up again, we crash, maybe it screws up crypto, and then we come back up, like this, and like, uh-oh. You see this? You see this pattern? This is literally, roughly, it looks like it just goes, uh-oh, it's poopy 10 years. You see that? That is allowing the stock market to catch up to valuations. So that's what they do. They do a slow burn. They don't let the stock market go Great Depression style. That's where it does 80% and we take forever to recover. Instead, when it goes down, they print again, they come up, they print again. That is the main gist of how it happens. Of course, they don't tell you that it's happening because then it would kind of reveal their game. So because you're a very yummy piece of sprinkles, what does this actually do for us in the short term? Well, it just solidifies the chances that the Bitcoin $70,000 to $80,000 zone, it basically marks it in stone and go, well, if this thing has been looked at by us from so many years away, when we finally get there, we're going to be sweating. Well, everyone will be partying. I'm completely happy we can already see it right now. Everybody's just going to be posting, bull posting, whatever. And fingers crossed we go good. But it doesn't mean you get all out. Remember, this is 70% chance. So roughly what I might do is get out between half, 50% to 70% out. Get out, pay taxes, leave it on the side, and leave the other third. And if the other third wants to keep rallying, okay, beautiful, keep doing it. But if we actually go back down and screw everybody, you're going to have so much ammo to buy. These numbers might change. It's not 100% concrete from now, but from what we see, it seems like everything is just lining up. It's very spooky how it's all occurring. I've got some interesting comments from the baby dolls as well. So Hansie has said, June 2026, no one is expecting a longer cycle. Precisely, except this is going to be relevant later on if this plays out. So if this plays out, if we go back down and getting scammed, I mean, I'm drawing this because I'm going to be getting long. All right, I'm going to be getting long. But most people are going to be saying every bear market goes for 3 years. This one's going to go for 3 years, right? So just how the crowd was wrong about going to 100K, perhaps if we roll over with the stock market, everyone thinks, okay, there's no pumping for another 3 years. But what we might find is stock market maybe gets printed and it V-bottoms and then Bitcoin breaks it. So yeah, look, what I'm saying is actually very bullish, just at a different time. That's all. If this scam happens, there's one more blip to get everybody out, and then we can continue to our dream prices, right? Remember, what I'm doing here is a super giga bullish scenario because we are turbo bullish before the Bitcoin halving. And what does everybody believe now? That we've got to go super bull mode specifically because of the Bitcoin halving. Well, what if we only go halfway and the stock market sends us down? That's what nobody's expecting. But Bitcoin's all-time highs are more correlated to the S&P 500 than the halvings. they are more correlated with the stock market rallying than its own halvenings. That's what most of the crowd doesn't really understand yet, even though it's very clear in the charts. Also have another interesting comment from Danny. Danny has asked, you're looking at it wrong if it passes, and it won't. So here's the thing, friends. I hope it doesn't. Okay, if it eventually does pass, remember 2023. What if they pass this in December of 2024 or February of 2025 and Bitcoin's like around 65 to 80K? Like, don't worry, I know you're all going to forget. Everyone's going to forget. I'm going to be posting this. I'm telling you, something's going on. So look what Danny says as well. We would welcome the government with open arms to the crypto casino, as we are not securities, and where else will they get any alpha? Now, this is unfortunately not going to happen, because I even reply here telling you the stock market rolling over correlation to Bitcoin would be too brutal in the short term. For example, ask yourself this. Who wants to take the chance that when the S&P 500 rolls over minus 20%, that crypto has any bull spirits left? That'll be a very harsh case to make. Like, if you really believe, yep, no one's going to sell, friends. Look at everybody in crypto around you. Everyone here has mental issues, okay? Everyone here has something wrong with them. They can't refrain from selling. They sell on anything. They'll sell just because a currency printed red. They don't even know the currency name. They do not know this pirate country existed. They'll click sell. I see it every single day. People will sell on anything. They'll sell on sniffs of a rumor. So if they see the S&P 500 deep blood red, something's going to happen. So a few of you are getting it. I mean, if everybody's going to front run 2025, you have professional peanut brain here. So yeah, we salute you, kind sir. Go yes. And the bull run might start earlier and stop earlier than everyone expects, because that's what the crowd does. The crowd front runs money coming in the future. So when they front run money coming in the future and they're all doing it together, they are then the crowd move that you have to fade. But no one wants to believe it because they think that no one is on board their idea, okay? So you also have an anonymous person here saying, this dude is just feeding his followers with fear and wrong thinking, man. So absolutely not. This is obviously a new person, has no idea, because fear and mongering has absolutely nothing to do with, how about telling you to go all in literally right here? Like right here. There's absolutely nothing to do with that. People who have this mindset, they are the ones with most likely like a $1,000 portfolio. They're like, hey, this person drew these lines on the chart saying we're going to go 1,000x, okay? These people, unfortunately, they get complacent because they don't have their bags packed, okay? You know who I know who's going to make it? When I go through the Twitter comments and I see you guys saying, even in YouTube as well, appreciate you so much, right? When I see people say, you know what? I'm so long that even a freaking 10 to 20x and I am sweet, right? When I hear someone say that, I'm like, yes, I pat myself on the back. I go, I saved someone there. 100%. Because you think everyone's getting a 1000x, okay? But what you don't know is that your clip size of $1,000 used to be the average back in 2015 and 2017, okay? So yes, for a quick reminder, Bitcoin did a 100x in 2017. The average altcoin in the top 100 did a 70x. The average altcoin did a 70x, 70 times your money. But in 2020, the average altcoin did 7, okay? 7x. These numbers are getting smaller and smaller each cycle. Now there are people still telling me that they think we're going to get 70 again, okay? And we're going to get 70. Interest rates went from 0 to 5%. QE got turned off. Everyone knows what's happening. The liquidity is thicker. Look around you. Do you see people with $1,000 clips anymore? No, you don't. What does everyone have? They got like 10 times bigger. If people have, instead of 1,000, if people have $10,000 clips now, they don't need to wait for a 1,000x. They don't need to wait for a 300x. They are happy to get out at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now, it doesn't mean everything stops there. It just gives you the idea of how high things can go. Crypto is not as risky as it is anymore. So the upside is much lower. And we're going to finish with altcoins, friends. There was people ask me in the comments as well. What about ChainLink? What about Hex, PulseChain, PulseX? What about all of them? How high are they going to go? I promise you this. The only thing you can do is objectively look at the market and deduce a very normal conclusion, such as this. What I'm about to tell you, okay, you're going to have to be truthful with yourself. You have to say anybody who bought in this window of time, you all get roughly the same price. We all get roughly the same price from a year and 2 months ago. This is Hex between 3 and 6 cents. 3 and 5, 6 cents. This is ChainLink between $5 and $8. You go to all your altcoins, you know how cheap they are, and they have not V-bottomed down. They let everybody get in for a long time. It is giving you so much time. If you work a job, it gives you so much opportunities to consolidate and build your bags. And because it's giving you so much time to do this, when we finally do pop, the people who took advantage of it, they're going to be the ones coming out ahead. And what if we're wrong? Well, that's okay. You still got half your bag. You still got half your bag. So, okay, think about this. There's like we flip a coin, right? 50-50. 50-50 chance we get scammed at $80,000 Bitcoin. But there's a 50% chance Bitcoin goes to 200K, which means Hex, Pulse, PulseX, ChainLink, everything does like a 100x. You win. You literally win. You got half your bag still. You can't go wrong doing this. But who's not going to win? The people who aren't packed here. If you have not been taking advantage of this, if you have not been DCAing or taking advantage of this, when the signs appear, and there's going to be so many signs, I'm telling you right now, it's probably going to be so obvious, but the prices are going to be so much lower than anybody expects that no one's going to take the signs seriously. When that comes out, the people who are commenting and replying saying, well, you know what? I'm so long that a 10x, I'm happy, man. I'm honestly happy with the 10x. Those are the people who make it because they're super skeptical. Because if you're happy with the 10x and then we're sitting at like 48x, and you start seeing some warning signs, you're more than happy to start getting out. But those people expecting the 300x, even when the warning signs at 48x comes, they're not going to be doing anything. They are going to be complacent. And you all know what comes after complacency: anxiety, denial, panic, capitulation, all right? So we have to be thinking about euphoria and thrill. That's what we have to be thinking about. When we see them, we are going to do what everybody has to do, and that is, after buying in that depression, which we did for over 1.5 years, finally we'll be able to sell in the euphoria, no matter what the market gives us. Tell mom and dad we're still going to make it. We are bullish. We are going up, and our bags are packed because we've been taking advantage of these cheap crypto prices. They're all undervalued still. Like, subscribe, press the bell button. I'm going to catch you in the next one.